And we're looking like right there, right? All right. We're good? Hey guys, Chef Heidi here out of the Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles, California. Live today with Artificial People. We're working on that Pride Week, you guys. Happy Pride. Pride Month, Pride Year, Pride Life, right? With these guys today, and I thought I would do like a summer seafood extravaganza. So I literally have like crab cakes to cook later. I've got shrimp boil going on. Here in front of you guys, I'm going to do some sushi rolls. Very simple, very classic rolls. I got the California roll. I got a little fresh ahi, saku block. And I'm going to do some sashimi on rice as well. And then I have a poached fat salmon fillet. I'm just going to do a lemon-kissed arugula spinach salad. I got some sliced mangoes, some avocado. So we're going to get into it. And we're going to talk a little bit about life, you know. I'll tell you a little bit about me. So as I'm preparing this hot, steamy sushi rice, it is like fresh out of the rice cooker, guys. It's on fire. I'll tell you about me. So I've been a chef for all of my gay life. You're looking at about 25 years. I came out in college at the age of 18, and that's actually where my chef career started too, was in college, cooking in the cafeteria. And I spent the greater part of my career in Minneapolis and St. Paul and surrounding areas. My first Pride was Minneapolis Pride, and that must have been like 1999, I don't know, 2019 if you're like thinking about my age. So it was awesome. It was an experience. I went by myself on my rollerblades, kicking it. I saw things I never thought I would see in my life, but I loved every minute of it, and I kept going back every year. I did not miss a beat. I did not miss a Pride. I was on floats as representing the nightclubs where I cooked at, where I drag kinged at, all the while just chefing and climbing the chef ladder in the Twin Cities. So, yeah, I worked in nightclubs in the beginning, and then I went into fine dining, and then I went into niche restaurants. Niche is like the now known as like farm to table type restaurants. Check out this rice, you guys. I'm just packing on some sushi rice. So I'm going to do one that's just rice on the outside. Super fun. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of this furikake. Oh. And I'll lay my nori sheet down. Rice on the outside and on the inside. And since I got a lot of rice on the outside, I'm not going to be doing too much on the inside. Just want to wet this down a little bit. Yeah, so like being in the Twin Cities in the late 90s and early 2000s as a lesbian chef was an interesting life. I mean, I had a lot of fun. I did bartending karaoke at my local club. I actually even studied to be a teacher, was inspiring young people, and I kind of took that into my chef career too. I mean, I believe that anybody can do anything they want to do, really. So I ended up teaching people that just wanted to cook, whether they were coming out of the culinary schools or they were coming just right off the street going, I need a job, I want to learn how to do this. And if their hands were out of their pockets and they had a smile on their face, they became extraordinary chefs. I mentored young chefs for 15 years in the Twin Cities, and they've all gone on to either own their own business or run major restaurants, which is pretty exciting. So this one here, I've got a lot of rice going on, so I think I'm going to just do this one as a simple ahi tuna roll. And, sushi can be pretty crazy. I remember the first time I actually rolled sushi in my life. I think I was in the 4th grade, and we read 1,000 Paper Cranes, and a friend of ours, one of the classmates, her mom, Japanese-American lady, came in, and we all made sushi and had miso soup and tea, and I mean, it was a crazy experience for a young person. I'm going to put a little cucumber inside this one to keep it fresh and exciting. So throw that in there. And I'm not actually going to do any sauces on these sushis today. I'm going to let my clients do their own sauces. You guys are probably like, who are your clients? I'm like, yeah, who are these guys? So I work in the Hollywood Hills right now. I'm working for some influencers. They're kicking off a talent agency here at this house, and it's pretty exciting. They're just getting their business going. I met them as a result of my 2 years working for the Philadelphia Fusion. And didn't think I was going to be a private chef. I didn't think I was going to be a chef, guys. I thought I was going to be a math teacher. But I ended up chefing and doing really well with it. By the time I was 25, I was an executive chef of a French bistro, and I was like, I like this gig. I can teach, I can cook, I've got this passion for creating things. I never really knew what I wanted to be, and then it just kind of became me. And I did those restaurants for so long, and about 4 years ago, almost exactly, I decided that I wanted to do something different. So I was done with restaurant roulette, is what I like to call it, and I just went out to San Diego to do something different. And I ended up on a sport fishing boat, and there's our first roll, guys. Look at this. Look at this beauty. He's a big guy. I like to let my rolls just set for a bit before I slice them. Otherwise they can just kind of crumble apart. So yeah, I ended up on a sport fishing boat, and I actually was cooking sushi right out of the ocean on that boat when the fish kept coming. So I did that for a summer, and I was super seasick coming from Minneapolis, St. Paul to 160 miles off the coast of Mexico. That was a total trip. So I realized that wasn't the something different I came to California to do, and I ended up getting the call from the Philadelphia Fusion. And that's the esports team, my guys. It ended up being the first season, like 37 people in the house in Toluca Lake, between the player roster and the marketing team and all the people and all the works that go into having an organization like that. I didn't even know that was a thing, guys. I just was like, okay, I'll check it out. I think it's soccer. Well, it ended up being like this really cool gamer thing. And I met all of these wonderful fans of the team, fans of the food. I was cooking for guys from 9 different countries, hence the Fusion. What I like about the philosophy of that team was that they wanted diversity. They wanted a variety of people in the house. When I went for my interview, I didn't feel like, oh, I'm not like the chef with a beard and tattoos, like some old white dude or whatever. Like, I'm special and I'm a unique gay flower. And Roston's like, I am too, and I like you. He's the team manager, and he's like, come aboard, we like you. So I started cooking for them for a full season. You guys, we're talking like 100 pounds of groceries a day. Like, it was intense. But I got to cook international cuisine, which is, what I love to do, what I'd been trained to do. So guys, I'm doing just like a Cali roll here. I got some crab, just like some basic crab roll. I'm going to put this in here, just chopping it up. These guys love like protein and meat, so I'm just like loading up the fish. I'm going to do some avocado in here. Have a good time with it. So yeah, back to the Fusion. You guys, season 1, my team was like popping off. I learned what popping off meant. I learned what player of the game or POG meant. I learned so much from the fans, from the team. And these guys went all the way to finals, like carried the team to finals. They crush it. And these kids, they work hard. I never seen so much dedication in my life. I'm getting a little interesting here. I'm adding a little sliced red pepper in there too, just for some color. I like it. If you're ever rolling sushi at home, I mean, it can be done, I learned from YouTube, actually. I've never worked for a sushi restaurant. I just decided, like, I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to learn how to do this. And I did. And it's all about that first push. If you can roll a burrito, I mean, whatever you can roll, like, you could probably roll a sushi roll, too. So, you probably noticed I ditched that first mat because there's just, like, so much sticky rice to it. If you don't want to, sticky rice all over, you can wrap these in plastic. But there's my second roll, guys. Woo! So we're going to go for another one. We're just going to keep rolling. So what else? What about Fusion? Season 2. So they made the team a lot smaller. They got a beach house, guys, in Venice Beach. So all the office people went over there. So I was down to just cooking for like 13 people a day, which was awesome. And that means like only 50 pounds of groceries a day. And a little bit more like focused food. And that led me to making like a gamer cookbook. So I'm about halfway through this cookbook. The hardest thing is like I don't write recipes down really. Like I write the idea of a recipe, but then I gotta like record measurements, cups, tablespoons, how much of this and that. And like writing a cookbook, you need all those details. You need procedures, what to do, when to do it, how to do it. So it's taking a little longer. Plus, I have life going on. Even with the COVID crisis, like I had this crazy idea that I was going to become a coder because I had never thought I was going to cook again. So I'm like, oh, it's the end of the world, Let me learn to code. Well, let me tell you, I am not a coder. It made me understand life a little bit better, more logical, but it is hard. It is hard work, guys. I'm more of a project manager, So that's my transferable skill, I think, if I was to do something else. So yeah, we're going again with the ahi tuna, some cucumber, some avocado in here. So yeah, I spent like 6 weeks coding, trying to get into boot camp. I failed a couple times, but life, you can fail, guys. It's okay. You can try to be anything you want to be, accept failure, accept defeat, and if that thing that you thought you might want to do doesn't work out, try something else, So I decided, okay, well, let me work on my cookbook a little more. Let me work on my blog. I have a huge blog. It's very extensive. It's about shopping in a crisis, right? How to meal prep, plan, and execute menus, from the menu to the store to the plate. I think a lot of people struggle with that, like they just show up at the store like, what? And then they just end up with all this stuff that doesn't go together. Or a lot of junk food, like not healthy food, or, so I've been working on this really extensive blog. We should really get that blasted up. My wife's been helping me with it. And what else did I do during COVID? I watched a lot of movies, played Monopoly, played Pie Face, talked to my friends. But you guys, like, we're social animals, us humans, so it's really hard to, like, be separate and not be together. Even my wife, she got like disco light up balls for the house so we could have club night. Because we're big clubbers, we're big dancers. Yeah, we ate a lot. We ate 3-4 square meals a day. Cooked a lot. And I'm not really like a restaurant person. Like I like to go out to restaurants to be around other people. And to maybe like do a little research and development, see what everybody else is doing out there. But man, that was hard to like not just call up my friends and say, let's go to brunch, let's do something. So we had a lot of brunch at home, and I just shared it with the world. We jumped on Facebook Live. We're like, this is how you make a quiche or whatever, and just hung out and had fun with my wife. It gave us a chance to bond, to realize like how actually independent we are. And just embrace our differences, not try to change each other, and just be like, yeah, we're independent women. No wonder why we're going crazy in this house. We need stuff to do, And then the thought of like coming here even was like kind of, I don't know, like being a private chef is awesome, but you got to go grocery shopping. You got to go out into the world. You got to get the stuff. And I remember I came back from Minnesota on a contract right when this thing went down, and my wife, she got all the things we needed for the house. When I told her to, I said, 2 weeks, things gonna be crazy. Go get these things. She did. When I came back and we hit the store for like some onions or something that we needed, like there was nothing on the shelves. So I was afraid that like coming back to my career, like I wasn't gonna be able to find the things I needed for menu. Like, I wasn't gonna be able to get the things I needed and plan, and then like the risk of going out like scared me. Like I was truly petrified about it. But you take every precaution. I think as a chef, we're like some of the healthiest, cleanest people because we're always washing our hands. We understand like food safety. We understand, we don't touch ourselves, like, we don't touch our faces, our noses, in public. You know, like we very conscious of where our hands are. Where people are like, I have to think to not touch my face, and it's like I don't have to think that way. Like it's natural for a chef. You know, when you've been doing it for so long. You guys are probably wondering if you can see me dipping my hands. I'm dipping my hands in this rice vinegar water. That keeps the rice from sticking to your fingers, so you can spread it about. And I got a little bit, let's make a combination. Let's just get crazy now. We're running out of stuff, so this is the combination roll. And literally, I got a pretty sizable amount of rolls here. So I'm gonna actually just do a little bit of sashimi after this last roll. Make it happen. So yeah, I was pretty scared. These guys called me and they're like, all right, we want you in the house. We're taking every precaution. You know, this is what we want to do. And I was like, okay. You know, it beats unemployment and, you know, online schooling. I get to do what I love every day. I get to plan menus every week. I get to cook food. I get to see my friends. My best friends in Burbank are at the grocery store. I know everybody by name. They know me. And it was just kind of cool to be out in the world again and be social, you know, with other human beings. I love my wife, but we need other people in our life. She's laughing. She can see me. You know, and that's okay. You know, we are independent and we value that with each other. But yeah, so just getting back out, doing what I love. And then seeing my clients so happy and raging, like, Chef Heidi's here, Chef Heidi made this, you know, they're Instagramming things, they're excited about lunch, and they'll tell me if they don't like something, which is what I love. The gamer kids would just, like, put, like, a frowny face on the menu, which was fine, too, nonverbal communication, but these guys give me feedback, and can I text you if I got a menu idea? I'm like, absolutely. So I got a ceramic knife here. I found that this has been working pretty good. And the way I figured this out is I taught like 9-year-old girls how to make sushi one time, like from a thumbtack job. And I brought it along, and you know, getting like 15 9-year-olds together to make sushi, that is a whole thing, guys. That was probably one of the weirdest things I've done in LA to date. So but they loved it. The parents were all hanging around, drinking wine, having a good time. They're like, the dad's like, I don't know how you're doing it. And I'm like, well, we just do it, man. I was trained for this back in my education days. You know, and then I brought like jelly and Nutella and all kinds of other weird stuff so they could make sweet ones too, not just fishy ones. Because I'm like, I don't know if these kids are going to like fish. So now I got my rolls sliced. I'm just going to pop them off here, lay them out. That was our ahi surprise there. Very simple. Lots of rice. These guys aren't that much into carbs, so all my clients are unique and different, and they have different tastes. And as influencers here, they, you know, they like more proteins. You know, they want more proteins and vegetables. I'm like, that's cool. You know, working for gamers, young gamers, I was really focused on like mind body food, things that are give them lasting endurance. So whole grains, earthy vegetables. But you can't skip the comfort food, man. You can't skip the pasta. You can't skip the pizza. You can't skip the giant Cuban sandwiches. The things that make you feel full and loved inside. You need that stuff in your life. Otherwise, you're going to be snacking on the Cheez-Its all night long, like my wife likes to do. And that's okay, you know. We all have our stash of drumsticks in the freezer or whatever our guilty pleasure is. You've got to satisfy those urges, guys, with food, too. You can't starve yourself because you'll end up in a position where that's all you're eating and you just, like, forget the healthy stuff altogether. So, you know, eat healthy, eat right. Walk around outside a bit, and don't deny yourself of a little indulgence once in a while. You know, I just noticed today Froyo is open. Guys, Menchie's is open. I'm wondering how they're doing it. I'm wondering if, like, they're serving you and you tell them when, and you're like, I want the gummy bears. Like, I can't wait to go in and see what the process is like. Because Froyo, that's my wife and I's jam. We always like to sneak a mystery treat onto one another's froyo. So these rolls are looking bomb. I don't know if y'all can see. There they are. That's the combo roll. So I lost track of which one was which, so it's like a little surprise when you pop them open. And they're looking good. Definitely not, it's homemade, but, homemade by me. So with love. And I'm keeping my options open. I'm gearing up for the next big adventure. Who knows what that is? I always say to the universe, like, what's next? I love cooking. I love a variety of clients. We've been doing this streaming thing for a bit, which is super fun. Makes me think, though. I gotta think and cook, but the food's still turning out good, and that's the ultimate goal. I remember our first couple streams, like, we're getting a little hairy, and I'm like, well, the show must go on, I'm frying chicken, like, I gotta focus on the frying chicken. But this is a simple to do for a stream. It looks colorful, beautiful, can kind of blab away. This one is like probably the most perfect roll that I've produced this evening. I can tell just by feeling it. Okay. So, where are we at? Alright. And, yeah, I cooked them my killer sweet and sticky Korean ribs. And, I used to put, like, anything you could on a donut in Minnesota. That was their, it's super weird up there. You can, like, cook all kinds of weird stuff, and people just go crazy about it. Out here, they have, like, the ramen Rito, the sushi Rito. Up there, they got, like, Korean short rib on a donut. Like, it's a thing. Alright, so we got a pretty good amount of rolls. I'm pretty happy with what we've produced. And now I'm going to just quick turn this board. Maybe. We'll get a different board. Let's see here. I'm going to just do a quick sashimi board. Woohoo! Alright. Yeah, they don't call it sticky rice for no reason. It is sticky stuff. Sticky business. Alright. Anybody sashimi board, I'm just gonna kind of scoop a little bit of rice. Like little rice balls. I swear they have like a little egg scoop for this at the restaurants. And just kind of pack the fish onto it. Here we go. Sticky and delicious. We'll see how they go for this. Some people just want the rolls. This is like my favorite thing right here. There's a little ball of rice, a little slice of fish. Like, it is just divine. I mean, you can do so much. One of my favorite restaurants here is Sugarfish. I'm sure people have heard of that. I am just dying for one of their to-go boxes at this point, because I don't know if the dine-in's a thing. It was crazy dining in there from the beginning, but just something about their rice and their warm crab rolls, like, bomb. My wife knows how to make sushi rolls now. We did this under quarantine. We did a lot of cooking together, and she'd just be like, I want ravioli. I'm like, you're going to learn ravioli then. Like, we get the KitchenAid out and start cutting pasta. Like, and she's into it, and she learned it, and that's my basic philosophy. Is like, you want to learn how to do something, you can give it a go. And it doesn't always have to turn out perfect. With food, it just has to turn out edible, which means, like, don't burn it and don't drop it on the floor. It's a good thing we have dogs, because they'll scoop that right up. Do some salmon. Look at my rows. Let's get complete here. Let's get pretty. I feel like I should save them rice, but I'm not going to save them rice, because they're not going to eat it. They're going to be all about the fish. Yeah, so I planned the menu. I always think I want to plan it like Saturday morning, so I'm ready to go on Mondays, but I wait till like Monday morning, so I'm ready to go on Monday. Like, I just feel like it comes pretty easy for me. When I launch my blog, like, it talks a lot about just like planning the menu with things that you like to eat. Like, what do you like to eat? You can't go out to restaurants. Like, what do you like to eat when you go out? Think about, you could look up the menus online and be like, oh yeah, that's the thing I always ate. I can learn how to make that. And it's so much easier now than like when I was a baby chef, because you had to get books and you had to figure it all out, you know, and now you just like Google chicken on a biscuit and it will tell you. You can look up Kentucky Fried Chicken's recipe if you want. So it's a lot easier nowadays to find recipes and like recreate those favorites from restaurants and such. So I probably hear my clients getting out of control. It's almost dinner time. But you know, the funny thing is they just order in and out too. So that's why I'm like, I might wrap up some of this fish and take it home, you know, and have a little fish party. Naked sushi, you know, Samantha Jones. Like, why not? So we set this down here. And I got like a lot of hamachi on here, but they're just, I'm like, dude, give me the belly. And he gives me like this little fillet. Like, I'm like, what is happening there? So I might just sashimi that here on this little sashimi plate and just let them go at it. See what they dig in. Like that. Serve them some of this. I'll clean this off. I'll just put it on a plate. How about that? Should fit right here. Right on this. Sticky rice. So now that I think about it, they might have a hard time picking that up off the board. That's beautiful. Is that beautiful, class? Beautiful. So, yeah, it was crazy. Like, we went up to Big Bear the other weekend, and like a lot of the protesting was starting. And we're like, I was already kind of high-strung just from starting working again and all of that and being cooped up in the house. And I was like, let's just go to Big Bear. Let's get a little cabin, blah, blah, blah. And then we came back and like things were getting intense. Like, they're like, we're going to lock the city down. I was like, oh, we need to go grocery shopping. That's like my first answer to everything. Let's go grocery shopping. And my wife and I are walking around the store. And she's like, I don't know what to get. I'm like, what do you like? I like this big loaf of French bread. Let's just put that in there. Like, is that panic buying? I don't think so. I mean, it's like comfort buying. I'm going to snuggle with this French bread after curfew hours start. Just go crazy. There's our sashimi plate, guys. All right. Just a cute little one. We'll see what they go for. I'm going to whip up a quick salad here. Like, literally quick. Give my paws a little rinse because I'm still touching food, guys. I have not touched anything else. So here's I just have a little bed of love. It is arugula and baby spinach, and I just bought it. I prefer to buy it already like pre-washed, machine manipulated, unless it's gonna go into a dish. If I'm just gonna eat the salad, like, I'll buy the salad. If it's going in a dish, I'll buy it and clean it and go that way, because the heating up process will kill anything left over. So I'm actually gonna do this thing called the board flip. Go like that. And I'm not really into feeding these guys a lot of salad dressing because they are super healthy. If you guys are super healthy, just hit it with some lemon juice. You don't even need oil. Just hit it with a little lemon juice to take down some of that heartiness. And just work it. Work it. And then I got this beautiful poached salmon. It's been poached just in water, in salt water, and then chilled. And I'm just going to take off some of the skin part. And I just poached it with the skin on. And I'm just going to throw salmon bits all up in here. Yep. Salmon bits. And yeah, having a nice little summer salad is good. It'll help you process all this protein, all this rice. You want to have a variety in your meals. You want to have vegetables, hearty grains, proteins, a little bit of roughage. And it's good for your mind too. Now I'm just doing that thing where I like stand and stuff the salad. Because as they start picking it off with tongs, what's underneath but a bunch of spinach? So, pushing it in there. Yeah, things are crazy. Like, I never thought I would move to California. I never thought I'd get married. Like, and then, that just happened super fast. I met my wife on, like, the Her app, believe it or not, and we were, like, friending each other, because we're super different people, and we're just like, oh, I don't think I'm ready, and for me, I was basically, like, so single to the point where I was just scared of women again, because they're crazy. I think she was in the same position, but we're both, like, musicians, hers by career, mine by hobbies, and we just got together for my friend's competition, and just started dating, keeping it clean, and found out we had a lot of things in common we didn't even think, and really jiving together. So I'm just decorating with some avocado, guys. Avocado. That's our healthy fat, right? That's our friendly fat, our Cali fat. Throw a little chunk of salmon right there. A little of this. Then I got some fresh mango. So there's our sweet stuff. My wife's a sweet stuff. Yeah. She's a sweet stuff when she wants to be. But we like her. I know. I think we're all a little sweet when we want to be, I know. I want to see the hand, the hand come in. Sometimes when I'm on stream, she'll show a random Cheez-It, or touch something. That was a big hand. That was a grab the mango. That's a French fry. No, she didn't just put an In-N-Out French fry on the stream, guys. So, it's okay. I ate a Mars bar in front of all these healthy people last night. They were like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to fast. I'm trying to do... And I'm just chewing on a candy bar, drinking a cup of coffee. What? But I'm also an active individual. So my wife got me a bicycle for my birthday because mine got stolen. So we go bicycling around the neighborhood during COVID. She got me a flashlight, but then they started that curfew thing, and I really wanted to ride in the dark. Then I didn't want to get in trouble by the law, So I try to be a good boy and stay out of trouble. I got in enough trouble in Minneapolis in my days, guys. So these days I'm just trying to behave. I mean, I'm all for protesting and and being empowered. Luckily, for me, I try to control what's right in front of me. I got my platform. I got my fans, my friends. My messages are clear. Just do you and be the best you can be. Like my friend Scott says, nobody does it better than you, Look at this. This is turning out to be just gorgeous. A little bit of chive on top. A little bit of scallion. I would do red onion if you don't have a chive or a scallion. You can throw that on there. But I figured it had enough. It just needed lots of green. And then I'm just going to get my Italian on them. Throw a little bit of shaved parm. These are cool. I love my microplane. I use it for everything. Especially fresh grated Parmesan. Bomb. There it is, guys. Poached salmon salad for the summer. Totally cool. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I want to say thank you to Artificial People for having me on their Pride Week. I can't wait to try this Lemon Perfect. It looks refreshing. It is hot. You guys stay cool, stay healthy, stay queer.